We're in the place they call the Amway Center in downtown Orlando, Florida. It's the home of the Magic, where we are broadcasting our action live today. Thrilled to be back in Orlando. The Magic ready for that home court advantage.
It's go time. Check in. I'm on it.
The Lakers have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. The Los Angeles Lakers, the NBA's most successful franchise over the last 3 decades, since 1980. 10 guys counted, 10 titles.
That's remarkable. And they pioneered televising their home games where some teams had worried about undercutting ticket sales. A lot of great ideas and dynamics that have helped this franchise become what it is.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Lane and Kobe are your 1 and your 2. Inside, it's Boozer and Hill. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. And it's the Wizard in for Orlando. And a bit of good news for this young man. He was offered another 10-day contract by the team as they want to get an extended look at him.
And, you know, just the fact that they want to see more of him really is a good indication that he's doing the right thing. I think he's on the right track in trying to maintain his momentum.
He got right to the cup using that screen.
And, you know, for the Lakers, no competition from football. There's not a pro football team in the L.A. market. It's one of the top 2 markets in the country. And it is a basketball town. You look at their TV deal, which is really mind-boggling. It's worth about $3.6 billion over 20 years. That gives you a lot of financial firepower there.
Fry, good. 1:31 left in the first quarter of the game. Then the pass to Johnson. Wants to get it to Hill, and does. Johnson kicks to Lynn. Here's Hill. He sinks the 11-footer. Hill's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, guys, you look at the financial resources for the Lakers, not the same advantage that it once was, because with the most recent CBA, it's really restricted spending. The question is, how will that impact the Lakers moving forward?
With the break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been dialed in defensively this month. 4th, the Magic.
Yeah, what a month they've had defensively. They really get after it at that end of the floor.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Nicholson's checked in for Vucevic. Gordon comes in for Channing Frye. Harkless is checked in for Tobias Harris. And Evan Fournier subbed in for Victor Oladipo. Now Nash. Right now averaging 7 points a game. And Davis now top of the key. Here's Randall. Second shot opportunity, and it's Orlando with the rebound. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
It was an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it was on the road. No question, by the way, that it was their offense that carried.
Steve, I love the way they attacked at every opportunity. They never were on their heels, and eventually that allowed them to pull away.
We've got 22 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Henry dishes to Nash. Shot clock at 6. No good with the layup. Here's the Wizard. And that's not going to go. And the horn signals the end of the first. Not much offense so far. Magic lead by 3. Tune in. And so far it's been
has been the rebounding department. This club dominating the paint area. And if this continues, they'll be in great shape.
Well, they've done 2 things. They've limited second chances, and they've been able to flex their muscle down low.
all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Orlando, the Wizard in at point guard. Gordon out there with Andrew Nicholson. Then there's Mo Harkless, and it's Fournier in at the 2.
A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard and their exits.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Thank you, Kevin. Alfred Payton has some very noticeable hair on the floor. He said the story behind it is as follows. Me and my teammates in high school agreed we wouldn't cut our hair the entire season until we won a state championship. We wound up losing in the semifinals, but I liked what it was doing and just let it keep growing and growing. Guys, will it ever end?
We'll see if it does. Thanks, Doris. Here's Nicholson. He's guarded by Davis. Nicholson passes to the Wizard. It's on target from the high post. The Wizards got the lead up to 5 now for the Magic. And about Orlando and their stars, is it better, Clark, to have had stars and lost them, or to never have had stars at all on your team?
Well, it's a different kind of heartache, that's for sure. I think you'd rather have them and lose them than not to have them at all. But Orlando has seen a lot of success for how long they've been a franchise. They'd like to be able, though, looking ahead, to keep that next star that's wearing a Magic uniform right now.
Timeout, Magic. Orlando timeout. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Andrew Nick. And so we wrap up the first half. It's the Magic.
Kevin, I'm here with Steve Nash.
Hey, guys, listen up. We've got a good lead, but lots of basketball.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. And on the floor for Byron Scott as we get into the second half. Inside, it's Boozer and Hill. Lynn and Kobe are your 1 and your 2. And it's Johnson in at the small forward position. Lynn against Payton. Shot clock at 5. A nice shot by Lynn.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
The Wizard, he's checked in for the Magic. The Magic leading by 13. Who could forget Jeremy Lin's dynamic and dramatic emergence with the Knicks back in early 2012? He went from an end-of-the-bench type player struggling just to stay Clark in the league to a national storyline in a matter of weeks.
Yeah, it was insanity, for sure. I mean, and his play has settled to where he's a quality rotation player now. And quite honestly, I think he's more comfortable not having to be a media fixture like he was during that Linsanity phase. I think he's much more understated and doesn't really enjoy the spotlight. And this is much more comfortable for him where he is now.
He hits the second from the line.
Wes Johnson, the former number 4 pick back in 2010. He was a bust in Minnesota, but he shot better in his 4th season. And once he was moved to kind of a small 4, like the shooting power forward spot, he really found a niche for himself.
Here's the Wizard, defended by Lynn. Shot clock at 3. On its way from Oladipo for 2. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Oladipo's got his second basket of the night. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. And Wesley Johnson has always been impressive physically. Great size, terrific length for a wing, quick off the floor.
Yeah, he's got all of those ingredients, but his ball handling has been a bit mediocre, rather pedestrian, and I think that's held him back offensively.
And Oladipo kicks to Vucevic, passes it to the Wizard. Oladipo against Bryant. Clock at 6. A floater, and again it's Victor Oladipo. Oladipo's got 6.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
And here is Lynn, averaging 12 points a game. That's good. Lynn's got 6 in the quarter.
They've been good on all 3 of their shots since coming out of the locker room at the break.
Magic leading by 12. Here's the Wizard. He's got 9. He feeds it to Fry. And the pass to the Wizard. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Oladipo. Boozer with the rebound.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Right side, Lynn. Hill dishes to Lynn. Right side, Lynn. And that one's good. Lynn's got 8 points.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
Here's the Wizard, defended by Lynn. Vucevic, a screen on Lynn. Pass to Vucevic. Here's the Wizard, averaging 6 points per contest. He kicks it to Vucevic. On its way from Oladipo for 2. Basket is good, the assist from Harris. And that's now 8 points for Victor Oladipo. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers winning their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And if you look at their numbers in that game, what jumps out most is the balance offensively. They really spread the wealth.
And they were on fire in all areas. That was a very...
We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth. The Wizard, he's in at the point. Kyle Quinn out there with Andrew Nicholson. And there's Gordon. And it's Fournier in at the 3 slot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Johnson, the pass to Young. Off target. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. And this one was such a lopsided victory.